Alright, guys, here we go. To Origin. Let's do it to it. Let's get this end game going. Thanks to everyone here chilling. Thanks for those who've supported the stream. We're 59 likes. Let's get that up to 100 likes today. I know we could do that with the people here. Outside of that, super chats, gifted memberships, regular memberships, tips, all appreciated. We're $8 away from the tier 1 goal. Hopefully we can hit that by the end of the stream too. Thank you all for chilling. All right.
While you're at it.
Thank you for leaving a like, Lanuli. Appreciate that. Yeah, Lanuli, you've missed a lot. You really have missed a lot. The Street Fighter 6 stuff, like I said, the most fighting game I've put out, the most fighting game content I put out in years, and the best I've done. I'm doing really good.
If you see my dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this.
They all miss Sid.
Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
She's like, no, I'm not behaving myself. I'm burning this place down while you're gone. No one to look after me. Oh, good. Lanuli watched my Machinima React event. That was a good one. I enjoyed it.
So
people seem to like it too, so that's a good thing.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Gav, you've surprisingly survived the entire game. I can't believe it, honestly.
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe
His servant.
return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
No, I'm not fucking around. Go take your medicine, asshole.
See
Kick your
that your
ass.
brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two.
Jasper and Kat are good
But
today,
more
Jade.
you can
Thanks for
heal
asking.
yourself.
Jasper was very talkative earlier, meowing a lot. I don't know why.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That'll be well.
If that is all?
Not quite.
She's not coming. Why not?
Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him.
Oh, Torgal's not coming with you. No Torgal for the finale. Huh.
And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
And now the Final Fantasy theme plays on the piano in the background.
I'll be back. I promise.
And he never came back. What a jerk.
I love you, Jill.
Aww.
I know.
You didn't say you love him back?
I love you.
Oh, alright. I was like, that's pretty fucked up if she wasn't going to say that. Like, wait a minute. That would have been really messed up. Now, wait a minute. Now they just do a... I was going to say, now they just do a forehead rub. Do a kiss. You already did a kiss in the side quest. Do a kiss now, obviously. Yeesh. Aww. Well, the way that they're doing this, I get the feeling he ain't coming back. Seriously, because if they're having this heartfelt scene here, there's no way he's coming back. He's dead. It's kind of messed up to say, but it really feels like that's why they're doing this. Their final goodbye. Well, it is cool they have this music. I'm tearing up because of the music. The traditional Final Fantasy music. There's been so many games.
No.
Right?
We have a god to kill.
This game made me feel an emotion, but it had nothing to do with the plot. It had to do with the music. Here we go. That was the wrong way. They were dashed upon the rocks. The end of the game. They died down there. Oops.
Clive!
What is she doing? Clive, you forgot your wallet. Come back. My prediction is Clive's gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice himself to save everybody. Because that scene, totally leading towards that was their final moment together. You know? Origin. This is where the origin of life came from on the planet. They fucked up their own planet, came to this one to start over, and fucked this one up too.
Here they come. Hold on, Joshua. Already am.
Here they come, a bunch of generic assholes. Blast them with your big laser beam, laser beams. Yeah. Jay says, no, not Godzilla. You know there's gonna be. The final fights are probably gonna be the giant, I was gonna say kaiju monsters. The giant icons, right? There'll probably be several phases of a boss fight on foot, and then you probably gotta do the big icon finale. That's my guess. Really? That's it? There's not even like a final dungeon? You just go right to the final boss. Wow. You skip it all. Fuck that. Final dungeon. Never heard of it. Of course I'm excited for GTA tonight. I love chilling with you guys in a more casualized game like that.
This is Origin. A far cry from heaven.
Pennies from heaven.
Where it all began, where it all begins, our ark, your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered, here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again.
Why does he have 4 arms? What does he do with the 2 extras?
Have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
All right.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
Oh shit! The controller fell. Whoa! I have a controller on the table, started vibrating and vibrated right off the table. Yo, that's the first time that's ever happened. That's hilarious. We have one health bar. Ifrit, Phoenix, and Bahamut versus Ultima Prime. Okay. That was funny. Oh, so that's what we're fighting? Holy shit, he's got a final form, huh? I mean, there's been Ultima Weapon in previous Final Fantasy games? So wait, Ultima Prime is all of them together? Yeah. Ultima Prime is all of them together. See, it's Ifrit, Phoenix, and Bahamut fused, it looks like. Huh. I was gonna say, there's been Ultima weapons in previous Final Fantasies. I wonder if that'll come into play here. Because Ultima's never really had a boss form, just like beasts and stuff that were offshoots. I guess we'll see what happens here. Again, it's a new game. Who knows if they're gonna fucking do anything like the previous ones, right? Damn, those are some annoying homing lasers. Wow. Why not just fuse right away? What are you holding off on? Fuse right away and fight, right? You're taking an ass kicking here. Yeah, look, he is all three fused together. Can't even do anything right now. This is just playing itself. Nothing to do. You just get your ass beat. Take your whoopings. Oh shit, I pressed square. Oh no. I pressed square. It doesn't even matter. It didn't even matter that I pressed that. Okay, this time I got it. Okay. Alright. Before we continue, get rid of this idiot. And I got a $2 tip from Sir Oink. Any horror games coming up? Honestly looking forward to a new game to play. I was playing Remnant 2. Great game. I beat it. Any suggestions? Horror games coming out in October. There's Alan Wake 2. There is Alone in the Dark. And I want to say there's even a third one. I think there's 3 horror games coming out in October this year. I could be wrong, but there's at least 2. Really, all the big new releases start in September. So, yeah. Cinematic Strike. The Grinch game that does come out in October, but I'm gonna play it in December. The Grinch Christmas game. Hellfire. Revelation, they're all doing their ultimate icon attack. And Mega Flare, yep. The triple triad triangle of destiny. Here it comes. Oh shit, with the mash. It's like a spirit bomb from Dragon Ball. Here we go. Spirit bomb fusion. It's kind of like Tetra Flare. Yeah, they call it Tri Disaster. Look, Tri Disaster. Why did he not move? Stupid idiot. Right. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. 0 reward. Well, screw you. Thanks for nothing.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Look out! Oosh! I thought it said he was thwarted. Yeah, thwarted my ass. He comes right back and attacks you again. Wow, you're really thwarted.
We have you.
We have you now! No! Bahamut will do it. Bahamut will take the strike.
Go! Save your brother!
I love how the Bahamut dragon has the same voice as Leon, right?
I ask not for acceptance. Only forgiveness!
Okay then. Ultimate attack. Didn't work. Ouch. Very anime-esque. Oh, you saw that? So basically it was a trick. He hit him with missiles instead. So he knew he was going to lose the beam war, so he shot all these missiles around the edge and he hit him with those instead.
Now, Father, it is done.
And he's dead. But of course that's not the end.
Clive! Clive! No.
So obviously that was just the intro. The real fight's got to be coming now. So maybe that's it. Maybe there is no more icon fights. Maybe that was it. That's kind of lame because the icon fights were so prominent at the beginning of the game. And then in the Odin fight, there really was no icon fight. And now there's no icon fight either, just that bullshit. That really sucks. I was thinking there would be like a big epic icon finale, but maybe not.
Joshua.
I mean, the icon fights were the most unique thing about the game. And now that was it? That's going to be very underwhelming if that's the case.
Thank the Founder. Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
Dion.
They're really going to sit here and blab during the final fight. They're just going to blab.
Take my hand.
I told you, I'll be...
Nah, he's going to die. They're finally showing his chest, too. Joshua's going to die. Look at him. He's all fucked up. The weird thing that makes no sense, he's had Ultima stuck in his chest the whole game, yet Ultima is still there fighting them, so it doesn't even make sense. Earlier in the game, he traps Ultima in his chest, yet Ultima's still been doing stuff the whole game, so what was the point of him trapping him in the chest to begin with? It didn't make any sense at all. None of this fucking thing makes sense, right? None of it. The party makeup has changed. Oh, at least a new missive has been delivered to Clive's chambers. I'll have to check that out later. I mean, that's kind of a fucking spoiler, no? No, hold on a second. I really mean it, too. What a spoiler. They just spoiled that Clive survives. Because if a new missive was delivered to his chambers, he has to survive to read it later. So the game just fucking spoiled itself with that. What a stupid game. Who the fuck made the game and thought that was a good idea to put that up there? You idiots. That's absolutely hilarious. They ruined the ending of their own game. Now I know Clive survives because he's going to read it later. You fucking morons. Holy shit, that's incredibly stupid. Wow, I'm actually pissed off if that's the case. If Clive survives, they just fucked their own game up.
I suppose we are.
Wow. Double M says he weakened Ultima just enough so Clive can't get his body taken from him. Ultima can make infinite copies of himself. So then what was the point of trapping him?
We're close, aren't we?
If having Ultima trapped in him is killing him, just release it. He made a million other copies anyway. It doesn't matter.
Instead of those waiting for us at home.
Alright. I know, ruining the immersion. Shen X seems to be saying that this mini PC that I was just gifted by a viewer apparently is really good and can actually play some games at a good frame rate. Only some, though. Well, again, I'll be interested to test it tomorrow. I'm actually going to download some of my games off Steam and try them on there and see how they run. So I'll know firsthand tomorrow night.
Clive.
So here at Origin, they have statues of the icons.
They can't be.
But they are.
Oh, they're not statues? What are they? Really, the creatures? What is this?
This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end. It was here we pledged a new beginning.
So those are actually them. Those are the aliens or whatever on the walls.
And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal
Alright, so I think what's happening is they're saying that there was an alien race, they destroyed their own planet, they came to this planet, but they couldn't survive, so they took all their consciousnesses, all of their consciousnesses, they took the consciousness out of each one of them and they combined it into one entity called Ultima. So Ultima is actually all of these aliens together in one. Get it? And those are their dead bodies in the room.
That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
It's not a he, it's an it or a they. It's all these creatures together in one. Yeah, basically they wanted to make this world, harvest this world, to try to make them survive, right?
Oh no.
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
So they were the mother
For us
crystals.
to destroy the mother crystals.
Yep.
is what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos.
Yep, they unwittingly did what they wanted.
In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Joshua.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Duh!
Joshua!
He escaped.
No!
So now there's two of them.
And now we can become one.
There they all are. So this is all of them, yeah. Tuh. They're becoming a super being. Super alien. Yeah, they're all aliens. They came from another world. And they came to this world to try to harvest its energy so that they could survive because they destroyed their original world. And now they fucked up this one too.
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit, and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
I don't care. Shut up. I don't care about the plot. No one
Listen to me,
does.
Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful.
What?
Faith.
Why is he up there paying no attention to them and allowing them to have this cutscene? Why is he not destroying them right now?
Plain faith people now place in you.
Oh, I have to take a shit. I'll be back. You guys have a cutscene down
Faith
there.
that you
I gotta take a big steamer
fulfill
before the
their
end of the game.
Sid's dream of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua!
So he's gonna give him his full power, so now when he goes Icon, he's gonna be the fusion of Ifrit and Phoenix, but he's gonna give up his own life to do so. But he's already dying anyway.
Enough, Clive.
But what's funny is, did Phoenix not die already and be reborn? So he might just be reborn again later, right? Maybe. Technically, Ifrit already killed him once.
always been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother.
I called it. I knew he was going to die when she started coughing up blood again. But now I guess the question is, will Clive survive? I think he's going to. I think they spoiled it inadvertently.
Look at me, Joshua.
Meanwhile, Ultima is watching on-demand movies. He has nothing else to do. He's watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, now available on Disney+.
Why did you do this? Joshua.
Hey, look at the bright side. At least you didn't kill him this time. You did last time. Oy, oy, oy.
And thus does the final piece fall into place.
Oh, he's been upgraded. Look. He's even more bling now.
The incantation primed. But one task remains. To empty the vessel.
Look, he became Prometheus. Only with hair. I see, he was getting dressed. You see, it takes a long time to get that outfit on. It's very elaborate. So he was like, God, thank God that there's a meaningful, heartfelt cutscene death down there. I have time to put this fucking thing on. It takes forever. Like cosplayers, it takes forever to get ready. Fuck. Jesus. Alright, finally, I'm ready. I know. Neo Maxim says, geez, everything moves so slow. That's the whole game. Again, it's the director. The director has no idea how to pace something fun or meaningful. All he knows is that slow is dramatic, and it's terrible. It's fucking so slow, man.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
Oh, he's got nice long toenails. Let's give him a nice pedicure.
That's what you always have. And always will.
Oh boy. Here comes the excitement.
My sword, I swear. To shield the Firebird's flame. Forevermore.
Right to a cutscene.
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation. Only to find it profaned and so it must be cleansed.
We already beat phase 1, I guess.
expected, how is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
I'm the protagonist, stupid!
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
Just keep doing it. Alright, I guess that's phase one.
Why? What latent force feeds these flames? I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free? No, I forbid it.
I forbid it. I wonder what is Logos. He's referenced that a bunch, but they never explained it.
Bone. You are not one of us.
I guess phase two. Oh. Back to this, huh?
I created
Phase
you,
two.
all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Hey.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours.
You broke the boss room. That's very
Our
rude.
flames are our own, and they burn as one.
Oh, yes. Power up.
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who would turn the scourge upon his master.
All right. We got an icon fight. Yes, we do. I remember all the abilities, right? Brimstone's the counterattack strat. I'm trying to dodge, but I can't tell what's going on. Seriously can't tell what the fuck's going on. I see many effects. I get it. There we go.
On your knees.
Oh, he teleported it twice. Very hard to tell what's going on. Cutscene.
With fire shall fire be repaid.
As much as I can. I think I might or might not get it. I don't know. I'm trying. I'll heal here. Very annoying. Almost got it. Got it. Okay.
My consumed mind. So eager.
This raptor thing you can't really dodge. You're just gonna get hit by it. I went behind him. Well, I hit anyway, even though I went behind him. That's stupid. Maybe I'm just supposed to dodge here. I don't know what to do. I'm getting pummeled. Spitfire is the best thing. What? How the fuck did that hit me? Counterattack it. Yep, I counterattacked it with my counter ability. Squareable. Point blank. Staggered. Almost got him. Raptor. See, I don't think you can dodge the Raptor. It seems to hit you no matter what. Just dodge a lot here. Shit hit me. Might be it. That was it. Well, I still have one healing left. I don't know if we're done yet.
How is this possible?
Exactly. People are talking in the chat. They're like, wow, this game's all style, no substance. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like to me.
No.
For sure.
No. No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
Still not done. Probably one final phase. By the way, the boss room's back. You notice that? Very exciting. Oh, he put a face mask on now.
Tonight I stand above you, my rebirth complete.
Ultimalius!
And you for your defiance.
Yes!
The proper price. An eternity of anguish.
His true final form.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
And that's why I'm here by myself at the end of the game, because we were brought together. I mean, was that like not ironic what he just said?
I will be done.
Okay.
I will crush you.
Oh, I used my fucking special and he decides to do a cutscene. You asshole. What a dickhead. Hopefully I get it back. Hopefully it didn't burn out on me now and I don't have it. That would really piss me off. So he's using the power of Garuda and we're fighting it off. She's like, I have it too. We both have 11 stabs. Lightning power. Like, yeah, they're identical powers.
Go on, lad.
Sid says, go on, lad. Look at that. Oh, Titan.
Titan!
Punch! Why did Mid-Set give him Hell Glide? It had nothing to do with Titan. What happened to Coca?
You cannot have this power.
It is not yours to take.
Chill out. Stay cool. Parried, of course I did. Oh, another cutscene. Now the power of Bahamut. Basically, you got to use the same powers back at him. Trump him every time. More mashing, yes. Yes. Byron, his uncle, says, that's my boy. Very good.
Ice on feeling.
Together!
Oh, freezing.
Darkness. Unending.
Oh, Odin's darkness power. The Gungnir spear.
Odin.
Well, it used to be a spear. I guess it's a sword in this one. Here we go.
Onward, my son.
Oh, his dad. His father. Nice to meet you too, Jade.
No. Mine is the altar at which you pray.
Oh, he's limit breaking. He's limit breaking.
Still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same. We are not the same.
I tried to die. It won't work right now. The charge wasn't working. I was trying, it wouldn't charge. Well, a meteor is destroying me. I can't do anything about it. Easily precision dodged it. Easily. Staggered him. Of course I did. I mean, it's only the final boss. No big deal or anything. Easily staggered. Ultima. Oh my god. Now he's using Flames Unforgiving. But that's my ability. Yes! Mash, yes!
Forevermore.
Joshua says forevermore, screw you. Alrighty then. Ultimate stagger.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher. I do not need you, or anyone. And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign. I cannot stand. I am the end.
him by mashing. Oh, ironic. Win the game by mashing. Very nice.
The world you seek is but a fantasy! The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final.
Get it? The final witnesses to the fantasy. Nice holding. Very nice.
I said, it's over.
Oh, and you get to mash on his face. Very nice. Be sure to break the cheekbone. 999999. Lots of numbers. Ultimalius slain. No rewards for you. Screw you, asshole. Doll. 999999 damage. Wow. That was amazing. Let me tell you guys. Just think about the final boss. I didn't even use a single high potion. Nope. I think I used two regular potions, maybe 3. And no high potions. I never used an elixir the entire game. I never used a defense or damage buff elixir the entire game. I never used any of them. They're completely superfluous. Oh my god.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
A tale of mashing
And
R1 and square.
That you fought
Instead.
so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that
I love they keep
is
using the
our
Final
way.
Fantasy theme and Crystal theme. Has nothing to do with this game. It's nice to hear remixed versions of it, though.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
Yeah, well, you killed it, you fuckface. So now they gotta try to find a way to save it. So he's absorbing Ultima's power now, huh? And all that was left was his head. He kept it as a souvenir, like a soccer ball. He kicked around the hideaway from then on. That'd be something. And then after hundreds of years, they keep kicking the head around. People forget what it is. Kids are kicking it and shit. They just think it's a toy. So they just kick it around the hideaway forever. What was that? I don't know. Maybe it was the head of an enemy or something. I don't know. Let's kick it. Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Joel Loft says there's a cutscene after the credits. Don't miss it. All right. Your soul is mine, says Jade. It was a soul sucker. A soul sucker. Shang Tsung style. Thank you guys for joining me for this playthrough. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate you. I really do. It's been a hell of a playthrough. Very different from other Final Fantasy playthroughs I've done, to say the least. Thanks for watching, whether you watched on demand, whether you were here live, or anywhere in between. If you supported the playthrough, thanks a lot. It would be great if we could hit 100 likes on this final session, because this is definitely the end. Thanks for chilling with me. Even though I made fun of the game 90% of the time, you know, it's always good hanging out with you guys. Oh, now we get flashbacks. Remembering back to the good times. There he is, Eddard. The Starkmeister himself. With that betraying bitch standing next to him. In this timeline, Joshua beheads him right here in front of everyone. This is a really fucked up multiverse of madness. I hereby knight you, personality-less, boring, generic protagonist that everyone will forget instantly. Oh, thank you. Wait, what? A baby? Oh, baby. What the hell? Are we going back in time? We're going backwards order. Now this is when Joshua was born. Right? Go ahead, he's your brother. Slap him around a bit. Make him used to being bullied. Toughen him up. Oh, you little ugly baby. I'm gonna beat you up so much over the years. I can't wait till you're old enough that I can give you noogies and purple nurples. Yes. Oh, alright. It's kind of heartfelt saying goodbye to his brother. Although, again, he already died once and resurrected. Is it possible he could possibly do a second resurrection? Or did he fully give all his powers of the Phoenix to Clive and now he's dead for good? Ugh, yuck. So he can't bring him back, but he can at least heal the disgusting chest wound that Ultima was in. So now what about this room? What about this origin, right? Isn't all the power in this room? Because that's what he said. He said the mother crystals were harvesting the power of the planet, and then when they destroyed the mother crystals, it focused all the energy here. So now what do you do with all this?
Oh, it was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers. Dominance, crystals, magic.
Things no one will remember in 5 seconds when the game ends.
To the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
Oh, he's gonna sacrifice himself. Here we go. He just got a hernia. Shit.
These are our terms.
Okay. So does he just destroy it? But But isn't that just squandering all the power that was focused there from the planet? Wasn't there a way to maybe use that power to save the blighted planet, right? What was the point of that? I don't know, it's confusing. Because they destroyed their first planet. They came here to start over, right? But when they came here, I guess somehow they fucked up here too. Or they didn't expect that humans were going to try to harness the power of magic or something. I don't know, it's confusing. The plot doesn't really make sense. Like, what was Ultima's plan? To harvest all the energy to what? To save himself? But where was he going to go? He already destroyed the planet. So where was he going to live? Right? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. Doesn't make any sense. I don't think we need to. We don't really need to care. We're never gonna hear about this plot ever again after this, right? All right, Jade, enjoy your food. Neo Maxima says, I think the whole point is magic use creates blight. Take away magic, you'll stop the blight. I don't know. Spider Toll says the game's not good enough to care. Wow. Joel Loss says destroying Origin also destroys the magic in the world, so Valistea can now heal because all magic has disappeared. Because magic was not native to this world, correct? These alien creatures brought it to the world. He did. Howard says Jade had a Schwarzenegger-style Mr. Freeze burn during the boss fight. I saw that. So wait, so now, look what happened. His hand just turned to stone, remember? Just like with those bearers earlier in the game. Does that mean he's going to die too? I guess he's going to die. Clive dies on the beach. I think, right? So he was only alright because he had the power of magic because he was a dominant. But now that that's gone, now all magic is gone, now he's going to die of this disease that all the bearers died of. Huh.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see.
I'm going to call him Wiz Khalifa. The best name ever.
What? I was only...
Shh, you're scaring him.
It's all right.
What was the significance of that star? They talked about it early in the game. You always saw it in the sky, but you never knew what it was. What, so now the star went out, now you're supposed to think that Clive is dead? And that's supposed to be the significance? And that's why she's sad? Am I supposed to be listening to these lyrics?
I'll hold you to that.
Yours now. Yours to do with as you please.
Oh, that was supposed to be the other planet?
That's what Sid wanted.
So that red dot was actually the other planet the aliens came from to begin with. Oh. Joel Loss says Ultima's plan was to reshape Valistea to be his home world, which is why he was going to vanquish humanity once Clive had served his purpose. Kind of a hypocrite. Right. He was using all the humans to make the magic, to like harvest the magic and the energy, and then he was going to kill them off. He did say that earlier, that he didn't care for them, that they were just a tool for him. Oh, Torgal cries too. So both Joshua and Clive die. Ultima's plan was to go woke, but then in a surprising twist, He went broke. Yes. That's the game in a nutshell. Wait, so why is she happy now? I don't get it.
And thus did our journey end.
Wait. This is exciting.
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Mother. The credits legit take over 30 minutes if you don't speed them up, says Aaron. Wow.
Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
What did you just say?
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil.
There you go. So magic's gone from the land. This is probably hundreds to thousands of years later.
Well done.
Everyone's forgotten about it.
Now, be a good lad and play with your brother until supper.
But I hate me, brother.
Hurry. Hurry. Right.
All right, fine, you asshole.
Right, let's play the saint in the secretary. No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of
The book says Final Fantasy. They titled the book Final Fantasy.
Did I get to be a freak? Right, I'm the older
So the
brother.
past became lore in the future.
Bahamut says so.
They named the dog Bahamut? Wow. So I guess the point is to show that the planet did survive and came back and healed after what Clive had done. Yeah. But where one journey ends, the DLC begins. For only the low, low price of $29.99, you too can continue. Wow. That's it. That's it. So will Clive and Joshua pass away, but they saved the world. That's it. That's the end of the game. There's nothing else. That's it. New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. This option allows you to start a new game with player and item data carried over from a previously completed playthrough. The gameplay mode Final Fantasy is also now available to use exclusively with New Game Plus. I believe that's the harder difficulty. Yeah, here it is. So increased enemy strength and increased player cap of 100. What level were we by the end? 40-something? New gear and items, and mode-exclusive content. This mode is recommended for players who wish to test their limits. They want to push it to the limit. Push it to the limit! Alright, that's it. Oh, that's actually a nice title screen. Look at that. It didn't always look like that, did it? No, that's the background. That's Ultima's background there, actually. Alright, well, would you like my final verdict? I mean, I've said a lot about the game over the course of the game as I played it. My final verdict is thus. Okay? This is a perfectly fine, passable RPG. It is. It's fine. But, for me, my personal taste, it's too easy. The gameplay, you know, starts off like it's going to be way more complex and ends up being so simplistic about halfway through. Once you get all the icons unlocked, it's so easy. I mean, and every icon's the same. Every icon has an area of effect attack, an ultimate attack, some kind of a move that'll teleport or block, and you don't even really use it that much. Once you start unlocking basic combat stuff, it's just so easy, you know. And that was the harder difficulty. You know, you can't unlock the Final Fantasy difficulty until you finally beat it. So, what's left if the combat is simplistic? Well, there's the icon battles. Those are all right. They're cinematic, but there's really not much to those either. Like, what are you gonna do? Fail them? How exactly? You know what I mean? They're so easy. So then you say, okay, what about the story? The story's all right. It's not bad. The core story of, you know, these people who control magic that'll call bearers, and then you've got the dominants that control these super creatures called icons and everything that previously were summoned monsters, but now they're called icons or whatever. It's an interesting take for sure. And a different, like, I was actually immersed in the lore of the game for the whole first, like, 10 hours. I thought it was very interesting. But for me, the game is just so full of so many shortcomings. Number one, and this has to be said, it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and it chops up all the time with the frame rate. That's just stupid. I mean, I like the graphical detail, but the fact that the frame rate can't hold a steady 60 is ridiculous. It's a console exclusive. Work your ass off and make it run well on the console. That's stupid as shit. Just that alone is a big detriment. That's like, wow, that's the first sign when you start playing the game and you see the frame rates dipping. You're like, all right, sign of things to come. And it just continues with this pattern of greatness that could have been achieved, but it just flops on its face. The long-windedness of the dialogue, the over-pretentiousness of the dialogue is stupid as shit. Whoever wrote the dialogue literally needs to fucking go back to school. It's so boring. I don't want to sit here and listen to you blab about nonsensical shit that has nothing to do with the plot. You say, oh, it's world building. Yeah, but it's boring world building. The whole point of building a world is the world's interesting. The world's not interesting outside of the main plot. It's boring as dirt. I don't want to deliver gruel to some fucking townsperson. I don't want to find your comb lost in the fucking weeds out there. I don't give two shits about your bullshit. It's boring. The plot itself is way too long-winded. They could have easily abridged this game and made it a 20-hour game, and it would have been a much better game than the 40 hours required to beat it. For example, there's times when this game forces you to do insanely boring filler. Why do I have an exciting boss fight and then immediately I have to play 2 hours of walk around and collect items, fight generic enemies, and none of it adds to the plot whatsoever? It's literally filler content. Because they didn't know how to pace the game. They had a 20-hour plot and had nothing else to do. So they padded it with shit that's so boring and time-wasting, you get bored. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be bored playing Final Fantasy. I was legit bored with this game. I can't even say that. I've been Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 13, maybe in Final Fantasy 13, in the first world-building segments. Like, that whole first 15, 20 hours, the game's very linear. But the moment the game opens up, it gets really interesting. This game, you've seen it all once you've played for about 10 hours. You know what the whole game is, and it's fucking boring. That's sad. They really needed a better director. And I'm sorry, because I know the people love the director of this game because he did Final Fantasy XIV. He knows how to do MMOs. The game had MMO pacing in a single-player RPG. It doesn't work. It's boring. I shouldn't be sitting here bored to tears because you fucking are wasting half of my stream time. I'm streaming 3-hour segments and 90 minutes. I would rather be doing anything else than playing your game. You failed making a good game. And they did. This game, I'm sorry, is not as good as any mainline Final Fantasy that I've played and completed. Now, there's a few I haven't completed. Final Fantasy VIII is always my most hated, and I never went back to replay it. Maybe I will one day. I've actually heard Final Fantasy X-2 is quite bad. I don't know because I've never played it. I heard it was a spin-off. It was nothing like the original 10, and people really detested it, all right? And I'll even go to say, Final Fantasy 13-2 isn't as good as the first, but it's good. Final Fantasy 13-3 is abysmal, all right? I will say Final Fantasy 13-3 is worse than this game. That I will admit, okay? But I think everyone kind of agreed Final Fantasy 13-3 really sucked, okay? This one is a shame. It's the mainline game. And it's bad. That's not good. This isn't the sequel, the spin-off. The mainline game is boring as dirt. That's not good. And one other thing that, yes, we should say, this game really suffered an identity crisis because you could tell all they wanted to do was bite off of everyone else's ideas. The plot is incredibly Game of Thrones-esque. It's got to have swear words, it's got to have gore, and it's got to have sex. Why? What did any of those things add to the game? Zero. First Final Fantasy to have adult ratings, and it didn't do anything with them at all. It squandered the opportunity to do something unique, right? Big boss fights are okay, but they've been done before. All the creatures look like they're summoned monsters, but really they're fucking kaijus from Godzilla. In fact, a lot of them look like kaijus from Godzilla. They look like they just reskinned them, right? The gameplay, stolen from other games. Similar to Devil May Cry, similar to other franchises, and it does it poorly. It's not even as good as the franchises it's trying to bite off of. It takes all these elements from other games and tapes it together to make a whole. The whole is coherent, but it's also incredibly boring, badly paced, super repetitive, not fun. It's a failure. This is a failure of a mainline Final Fantasy game. There's so many things they could have improved, and all they needed was someone in that room with the director to say, I'm sorry, you did a good job with 14, you're fucking this up. This is not what people want from this game. You gotta stop and do some things and elements that are gonna make it more interesting. But it sounds like they gave all the creative control to this one guy just because he did a good MMO, and it doesn't work as a single player outing. It just doesn't. This game is poorly paced, poorly designed, bad combat, really boring pacing. Just cut out, if you cut out 80% of the game, you've got something good there, but then you got to add in more elements to make it a full game. It's just, it fails. I am so disappointed with this game. And by the way, I went into this game with no preconceived notions of what it was. I didn't watch the gameplay trailers. I didn't watch the expose. Nothing. I just fucking played it at face value. And it sucks at face value. It really does. I'm sorry. It just is nowhere near as good as what you would expect from Final. And there's the real shame. It's Final Fantasy 16. It's not Final Fantasy spin-off quest. Like, remember last year we had Strangers of Fortune, or the fuck it was called, Strangers of Virtue, Strangers of Fortune, Dr. Strangelove, whatever it was called last year. That one wasn't as good, but at least it was a spin-off title. This is the main game, and it wasn't good. That sucks, because now you've tarnished the actual name of the real franchise. A numbered outing sucks. That's not good, man. I think what they need to do is go back to the drawing board. They need to go back and say, what made Final Fantasy great? Was it simply just having chocobos and moogles and crystals and this iconic piece of music and this creature that we recognize? No. This series had core elements that made it great. This game was just tossed all those elements away to be something different, and it fails. It's time to go back to the core elements that made it a good game, because this game was nowhere near as good as most of the Final Fantasies I've played. I mean, right before I played Final Fantasy 16, I played Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. That game's like 10 times better than this game. If they're smart, they're going to say, all right, enough with the whole, we got to buy into modern audiences, you know. Go back and make a good Final Fantasy again. It's funny because they're contemporaries. Take a look at Yakuza Like a Dragon. That franchise went from action-based to turn-based RPG and proved that a good turn-based RPG can still succeed in the modern day. This game said, oh, we can't do that anymore. We got to modernize everything. And the game sucks ass. They went completely the opposite direction and fucking fell off the edge. Seriously, like, what a disappointment for me. Wow. Seriously, you can still take elements from your franchise of the past and make something new. You don't have to abandon everything from the past and say, oh, now it's a modern game. That's it. It was a cop-out. It was literally a cop-out, and it's a shame. I think this plot would have worked in a better game. The main plot lines, the ideas that, okay, you know, the world's being controlled by this force in the background or whatever, and then you find out it's aliens or whatever that came from another world or whatever. It works. It's just terrible execution on the game. Super disappointing. Can't believe it. Literally can't believe this is what they came up with. Because as I kept playing, I kept saying, okay, the better part's coming, right? And people were like, no, actually, this is the whole game. What? Really? This is the whole game? Anyway. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry I didn't like it. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people saying it's their game of the year. I don't know. To different strokes for different folks. If you had called this not Final Fantasy 16, I actually said this during the game. I said, what if they called it Iconic Kingdom, right? It's the battle of the kingdoms and their icons against each other. And it had nothing to do with Final Fantasy, but you called it Iconic Kingdom, right? Then at least it would make more sense. It's its own thing. Calling this Final Fantasy is just a fucking way to try to cash in on the Final Fantasy name. This is not Final Fantasy. It's not. It's another game with a bunch of creatures from Final Fantasy and the music. It's not Final Fantasy. This guy fucked it up. So they're gonna have to basically earn back the trust of people before they buy the next one. Because this one, you know, and again, we don't even know how it did sales-wise. We know that it sold a lot of copies pre-ordered, but we haven't heard anything yet. I'd be curious how many people bought it after the fact of the pre-orders. Because once you saw what the game was, like, what the hell is this? There's nothing Final Fantasy in here, right? So, anyway, that's my take. Again, it's not a terrible game. It's not a non-functional game. It's just boring. And you don't want boring out of Final Fantasy. That's incredibly disappointing that they made a game so goddamn boring. You know what I mean? So, all right. That's it. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined me for the playthrough and endured. Because, man, it was endurance to get through it. That's for sure. People were actually, no exaggeration, and this never happens. People were begging me to stop playing this game about 20 hours in. And I said, nah, we invested 20 hours. I bought it. I want to see it to the end. So, man, when you people are begging you, it's like something went wrong here, okay? Anyway, again, thank you all. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. See you for the next epic RPG playthrough, whenever that may be. Hopefully Final Fantasy XVII does something better than this. Peace out.